In the quest filler words. In the quest for self-improvement, we don't just need to look at things, from a physical standpoint. I just did it there, getting into the point. You also have to look at it mentally, and that also isn't just learning new things or new skills or this or that and all this stuff. Another one that I see a lot, it's a little infuriating because I've gotten to the level that I can recognize it, but not to the level that I can actually really do anything about it. And that's filler words. Whatever your flavor is. You've got you've got likes, you've got anyways or buts or and so. There's all sorts of things. Or I don't know where that came from. Ever since the fire analogy video, anytime I record, I'm like, I don't know why. And it's different. Even in a situation like this, where I'm making a conceited effort to present something in a very controlled space, a very controlled moment, I still can't stop the filler words. So what is it called? The filler words. And because what they say, they will say, who's they? The big old Omega Chads with the AI voices, videos on the YouTube with tons of views. They will be like, "Oh, if you want to be super ultra giga Chad, don't say M when you don't know what to say. Just have silence. Just enjoy the silence. It is very mature and very commanding the situation to just have silence. If you can just be like." Yeah, that's gonna work out that is gonna work out so well. Oh yeah. You have these gurus, and I guess they just live their lives. It's just like they know exactly what they want to say all the time. Because I've heard that the filler words like and stuff like that come from a place of not wanting to lose the listener's attention as you try and compute what to say. But I don't know if I believe that necessarily, because I don't know, I'm a human. I'm my own human, and I almost feel like there's some sort of comforting factor to it, saying because being silent, it's just it's almost it's like a it's like a growing tension. Maybe it's social pressure, which makes more sense, but it's to put it into analogy, it's almost like turning a valve for water. It's gonna be easier on the pipes if you slowly cut it off instead of just jerking it and then just go into silence. I'm still saying that is kind of an appropriate one, but still I can't catch it. But back to my analogy, if you just go completely silent, you're just trying to say what you want to say, and it's like if you just crank that damn thing all the way and you just destroy the pipes, it's so much easier to slowly do it, instead of just cutting off the sentence. You add in some likes, you add in some you add in this and that. And I guess I could have been, I may have been cultured to it, but now, yeah, when I hear it, especially in recordings, it does feel a little, I don't know what the word is. I'm thinking of amateurish, fledgling. I don't know. I've probably been groomed to that idea from all stupid YouTube stuff. You got Markiplier up in here. Oh, hello everybody. My name is Markiplier, and I never use filler words. Just perfect human being, literally perfection. And then you have me. I've listened to me before. I've listened to me have normal conversations out in the real world, not in a controlled space. And yeah, it's awful. And I was told something semi recently. I don't know how you would want to last couple months to half a year. I was given a piece of information which makes sense in practice, but oh my god, is it stupid in theory. Now let me know if you relate to this. You probably will. But when you rehearse anything, any sort of situation, whether it is something you want to say to someone, or, well, I guess that kind of encompasses it all. But you have something that you need to say in some situation, and you rehearse it in your mind. In your mind, you can say whatever it is flawlessly. You can get through it. You can use the biggest words. You are out there saying microscopopathy, no stuttering, no nothing. Have you ever thought about that? You probably never, again, let me know, you probably never use filler words in your mind when you're rehearsing something. You're never like or this or that, unless there's an intentional or something like that for dramatic effect, if you're some sort of theater kid. And do this if you haven't. Think about something that is more than like 10 words, and then try to say it out loud, and you're gonna fall all over yourself, unless again you're Markiplier and you're perfectionist, get ran over by a train just to see if you can take it. It's like if you don't use an it almost makes it makes you more nervous, and then it makes you take longer to figure out what to say, which makes the pause even longer. It's a catch-22. But anyway, back to what I was saying before I derailed myself again. When you think about something you need to say, and you try to say it, you can't say it, or at least you can't say it as immaculately and flawlessly as you can in your mind. And it's like, why is that? Why does that happen? How does it end up going like that? And you might be like, oh well, because in my mind situation I can be more confident. I have no fears because it's an imaginary situation. But then when you actually get to it, there's all the little, just the little things, just the little specks of damage that you have in any situation that build up, obviously, into something that is a little bit more socially debilitating, I suppose. But I was told something which, again, like I said, makes sense in practice, but oh my god, this is so stupid. And that is, your brain, the thoughts you think, the words you say in your mind, do not use the same set of skills as the words you speak. And that's ridiculous, right? Because it's like, no, I'm me. Regardless if I'm thinking or like, I have to think the words in order to speak them too. It's the same brain doing the same action. How is this happening? But if you think, he said, if you think of yourself riding a bike in your mind and you do it perfectly, that does not automatically mean you can suddenly go out and jump on a bike for the first time ever and just be perfectly good. I guess so. So if you're not someone who has sharpened your tongue literally, but you are in the other 50% of the human population that has an internal monologue, apparently there's a percentage of people on the planet that don't have an internal monologue, which kind of explains some stuff. Genuine NPC behavior. I don't know. And it's like, how do you do that? It's so crazy, because when you think words, it's the same words that you say. You just can't say them as well. Again, unless you're someone who is highly social and highly capable of not condensing your feelings into words, but literally being able to say them. Just because you're in touch with yourself and how you feel and what you want to say doesn't mean you can say it, which is bullshit. And why human be like this? Let's return to monkey, please, because this just isn't fair, man. And the thing is, I personally don't know how to work on this. You talk, it's not like a muscle. Well, okay, it is like a muscle. No, that was the other part of the analogy. It is like a muscle. Anything you do is like a muscle. Thinking is like a muscle. Thinking thoughts in your mind, like a muscle. Speaking, it's like a muscle. If you've thought a lot of thoughts, then the way you talk in your brain is now strong. But if you don't talk a lot verbally, then that muscle, the two parts, how they're not the same thing, will be at a different point in strength. But the thing is, I don't know how to train the voice. I don't know how to. I don't know how to train that. I'm like a bodybuilder, but I only have 1 pound weights. There reaches a point, you have to have progressive overload. I don't know how to do progressive overload for talking. You talk to people. I mean, you talk to people for a long amount of time, but I haven't really improved in any, seeable way, or maybe it's too gradual to catch my eye. I don't know. But it's definitely a thing, because especially nowadays, the marketing is everything, and it includes yourself. The first impressions are everything, and it's like, is that true? Not necessarily, because obviously if you had a mediocre first impression with somebody, then they aren't going to remember it, and then you can have a new one. It's more about avoiding horrible first impressions as opposed to exclusively getting good ones. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about, I think. Yeah, so anyway, I think that's all I wanted to talk about. See ya. Have it out. Have it. Avid out. Keep on avening. Avening? Keep on aviding. That's a weird word. I don't know.